here I am again. Same back channel, same clothes, everything. I'm just back in the back getting it filmed. But this is for my mocha chocolate cheesecake or chocolate mocha cheesecake. I can't remember. It's not right in front of me. I can't remember the exact name, but it's pound dropper recipe. And I was skeptical. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not. Well, it sat in the refrigerator for a day and a half, a good day and a half before we ever got around to eating it. And we actually liked it. It was pleasantly surprising. I will say that David liked it. He sat over there and he ate 2 pieces, and guess who else did? I ate 2 pieces too. So here's the thing. I'll talk about the points in a minute. I would make a couple changes, and I will reflect that. I hate putting. I'm not gonna put it on my website. I'm gonna tell you right now. So if you have not got to this part, you won't know to make the changes, so you can just make it like Pound Dropper has it. But for my taste, and David, it was very light chocolatey, and I tasted no coffee. So it was just very light on the flavor. It was nice and pretty and brown, but very light flavored. So I would punch it up with a spoonful of cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder, and then I would give it another spoonful of instant coffee because I think it needs a little bit more of a punch. But other than that, the texture was just lovely, nice and creamy, and it was not overly yogurty except for the aftertaste. You know how Greek yogurt, non-fat Greek yogurt, has that kind of chalky, hold on, my mouth is just, that kind of chalky aftertaste or whatever it is. You could get some of that on this cake, but it wasn't extremely off-putting to where you didn't want to eat it anymore. So I call it a success, and I will be making more on her website. I looked, and she's got several different kinds of cheesecakes, and I think the next one I'm going to make is the pumpkin because, year-round pumpkin all the way. So I think that might be the next one I make. I just know I did not like the plain one. So I still got to make the funfetti one, which is the one that got me started on this. So those are the changes I was making. Now, the points, I think I talked about it in the video. I may or may not have. I filmed it the past 2-3 days. I can't remember what I said, so I'm going to say it now. And if I repeat it coming up, I apologize. But the points, she says, are a half a point, and sometimes Weight Watchers rounds it up, but she counts 0, and I can't remember. It's on her website. But for blue, especially, which is, where I'm at, it's 0 for 1 slice and 1 for 2 slices. Well, listen, I'm going to pull it up right this minute. Hold on. Chocolate mocha cheesecake. Okay. It gave it 0, and then I had forgot to put the pudding in there. Okay. Now, everything, the items are 0. The eggs, and I'm talking about blue and purple. Green will be different. The eggs are 0. The non-fat Greek yogurt is 0, and the monk fruit is 0. The chocolate powder is 0. The coffee is 0. I forgot to put the fudge in. I'm like, oh, well, she's wrong because mine says 0 all day long. The whole thing is 0. And I'm like, wait a minute. The pudding. So the box of pudding is 4 points. This is where her half a point, she says it rounds up or it don't, because there's 8 slices. So the whole cheesecake is only 4 points. The way this does, okay, she's right. That's technically a half a point a slice. If the whole pie is 4 points, no way am I going to pay a point for 1 slice. This is why. Okay, 2 is 2 points. 3 is 3 points. Are you getting my drift here? 4 is 4 points. Okay, so 4 pieces would be 4 points. Well, the whole pie is 4 points, and that's 8 pieces. So no, I'm not going by that. No, I'm gonna put in an 8 right here. You can't see it. 8 pieces is 8 points. That's wrong because the whole pie is only 4. So I'm not trying to make a whole big video on the points of this cheesecake, but you see what I'm getting at? If the whole pie is only 4 points, why in the world would you give yourself 8 points if you sit down and eat the whole pie? Not that you're going to, and not that I'm going to. It's just the principle of the matter. So, no, I will count 1 piece at 0 and 2 pieces at 1, just like Pound Dropper does. So, the 2 I had last night, that was 1 point. And I ate part of it naked because I wanted to taste it, and then the other I put, like she did, some Ready Whip and some of the sugar-free caramel Smuckers, which I cannot tell 1 ounce of difference in that sugar-free and regular caramel sauce. I just can't. And then the chocolate fudge, I did 1, and just a little drizzle, not enough to even, try to measure. So that is where we are on the chocolate cheesecake. I would make it again with those changes. A little bit more chocolatey, a little bit more coffee-ish. And the other thing is my springform pan was a 10-inch instead of a 9. And so it did make it thinner. You'll see in the picture it's a lot thinner than it would be. And I'll tell you that I hate to sound so good, like a goober, but that pan was a little awkward for me. And when I was trying to get it off, I had taken it out and set it on a plate instead of right on the counter. And so I was trying to cut it, and it was sliding on that plate here and there, and I couldn't get it and hold it. And so I'm just like, I know I bought that springform pan, especially for this cheesecake, but I think I'm going to do it in a regular old pie plate next time. And it'll be thicker, and it'll be easier for me to deal with. But I'll still use that for some cakes, since I know you can make a regular cake in it now with those little decorative tops. So that's what I'm going to save that for. All right. Enough said. Go watch the cheesecake. Easiest pie. Low point dessert. And I was surprised. I liked it. So, all right. There you have it. Talk to you later. All right, let's get started on this mocha chocolate cheesecake. First thing we have is 3 eggs that I've already beaten real good. To that, we're going to add our sweetener, and I just use the monk fruit. You can use whichever kind you like. 3 tablespoons. Okay, beat that off in there. Then the instant coffee is 1 tablespoon. Listen, when we did our I think I've told y'all before, there is definitely a place for instant coffee. I keep knocking it down. Let me whisk this up. There's definitely a place for instant coffee, because when we were redoing the house and we were all living down here in the big room, which is our built-in carport, I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything. We were all in one little room, and I could boil water in a little electric kettle thing. And so in the mornings, I had to have my coffee, so I would have my instant coffee. I could make a cup of instant coffee right now, and it would immediately transport me back to 2009. So, yeah, I don't mind instant coffee at all. Half a tablespoon of vanilla extract. I'm just going to eyeball it because I don't know of a half a tablespoon. Oh, that's a little bit, that's a little bit more. I can't put it back in the jar, the bottle. Then we add our yogurt and pudding. Now, I'm using the Fayet. And if you saw my grocery haul, you know that I said, this 3 cups. Did I say that? 3 cups of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. I said I had never bought Fayet, but it seemed like I was making something that I needed it, which is why I had it. And I couldn't, for the life of me, think what it was. And I don't know if I ever figured it out all week, to be honest with you, because I hadn't used it until just now. I just opened it. And so it worked out that I had it for this cheesecake because she recommends using Fayet or Chobani. I have bought Chobani plenty, and it's very good. But I tasted this, and obviously it tastes like Greek yogurt because that's what it is. But it is very creamy. You can see how thick it is, and it's very creamy. Very. I think I have fallen in love. Now, she suggests to whisk this, not use an electric mixer because it doesn't deflate the yogurt or something to that effect. Okay, look how smooth and creamy that is. Isn't that beautiful? And then the final ingredient is a box of the Jell-O chocolate fudge. And I was excited when I read the recipe that it took this one, because you know this is the one I keep to make my pudding, my snacks, because this is my favorite. Oh, the smell. You know, I did my Walmart order for today. This is Friday that I'm making this, Friday morning. And first of all, I thought I was getting 7 a.m. and I went out in the car. Still hadn't got my notification, but it was like close to 7, so I knew it'd be coming. So I went on out to the car to get my Spotify going. And I pulled it up to see if they had done the substitution thing yet. And it's 7 p.m. So I don't get my groceries till 7 o'clock tonight. But I had to put another one of these on the list. And they only allowed 1 pudding. Now I could get 4 or whatever of other stuff, but 1 pudding. What's that about? So I got a Harris Teeter order too. I'll put some on there. Alright. Now we're going to put this. Let me move this stuff out of the way. In our springform pan. You know, the one that I just got down at Wanda's place. We're going to spray it real good. At first, I thought it wasn't fitting. I'm like, okay, that's why somebody got rid of it. It's broke. Well, I had it on the wrong side instead of the side with the lip. I had it on this side up here. So, derpity dirt. Alright. I can't believe how thick that is. I have the oven preheated at 350, and this is supposed to bake for 30 minutes. Now she says, hold on, let me. Might want hardly getting that off of there. She says, I'm going off screen, I think. Oh, I got this because it had the handle. There we go. She says it will be jiggly, but it will set up. So I'm not even going to test it. I'm just going to say 30 minutes. Now I will say I measured this pan right before I started, and it is a 10-inch pan. She calls for a 9-inch, and I'm hoping that extra inch around is not going to mess it up. I mean, it's going to be a little thinner. Now, I'm not going to come back on this clip. I'm just going to pop it in the oven. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll come back after 30 minutes and we'll jiggle it and see what it looks like together. Here it is fresh out of the oven. It smells delicious. Here's the jiggle. Can you see that little bit of a jiggle? I'm not sure if you use the 9-inch, if it'll jiggle differently or not. And it's starting to get pretty down around the edges. So I might have could have backed off of it 5 minutes. I'll see once it's cool and ready to eat. I'll see if I should have when I take it out. Now she says let it cool for 15 or 20 minutes in the pan, and then you're going to cover it with plastic wrap in the pan and chill it in the refrigerator in the pan before we take it out. And her recommendations are at least 12 hours for the flavors and textures to set in. And she said 24 is like the best, I think is what she said, for the flavors and everything. So okay, so it has been a solid day and a half that this has been in the refrigerator, and I am so ready to try it. Fingers crossed when we take it out of the pan. Oh, helps if you do it all the way. Can you tell I don't work with the, yeah, you can see, since it was, let me set it down. Since it was a 10-inch instead of a 9-inch, you can see how thin it is. But I really don't care as long as it tastes good. Oh, look how nice it cuts. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, hers, she says, one piece comes out to a half a point. And she said, it's up to you if you want to round it or not. Her recipe, she does not. She says it is, and green's different. I don't remember right off the bat. Blue and purple, 0 points for one slice and 1 point for two, because she's not rounding that half point. So that's what we'll do here. Use your own discretion. I hope this is as good as the batter was. I don't know. I guess when you serve it on this pan, because I don't know how to get it off. Oh, look. Doesn't that look nice? In her picture, she has whipped topping and some caramel sauce, but I don't want to mess up the taste of the cheesecake. I want to get a good flavor of it before I cover it with anything. I can't get over that texture. Look at that. It is the texture of a cheesecake. In there. Anyway, if you make it, let me know what you think. I'm glad I made it, and I'll eat it and I'll enjoy it. So, all right, that's it. I'll talk to you later.